Anyways, all right, let's get this started. So here we are doing part 2 of Roe versus Wade.
5 for 3, baby.
First, let me apologize.
And a half.
First, let me apologize.
Oh, by the way, speaking of, that man right there, he is pregnant with his baby. But you know, it's his body, his choice. So if he wants to keep it, I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't want to keep it, but it's his choice.
I mean, we gonna have to take this to the court of law. You know, it'd be hot in Topeka.
But yeah, listen, if it is mine, which I doubt it is, he can keep it. I'm gonna help take care of it.
Oh, so you said he been getting around? Ooh. Dang.
Nothing would surprise me. He's like 7-Eleven. Legs open all 7 days a week, 24 hours.
Dang. It's all spilling tonight.
Yeah, we spilling that good old tea. Yeah, that Lipton chamomile.
Chamomile. The favorite flavor though.
Brian's gonna kick us out of this podcast for life.
First,
let me hop out the Never mind.
This is the longest intro ever.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
I thought this was the bloopers. We're gonna have to start it up from the top. Now being serious. Take it away, bro.
I don't want to hit it right now. Alright, so
take me away.
Interesting.
Here we are talking about Roe versus Wade, part 2. Okay, first let me apologize because last review we had of Roe versus Wade, we said that it was. Well, I said. Let me just throw myself under the bus. We said that this was a federal law.
Take accountability.
I'm sorry, I said this was a federal law, and really, it's a constitutional right. Roe versus Wade affects a clause under the 14th Amendment that essentially says all women can make their choice to have an abortion. So here we are now. Recently, Roe versus Wade was overturned. This is one of those things in politics that are actually being looked at by the media. So here we are talking about it today. So. Wait, at least show the chips. You over here haphazardly throwing it around like how does creepy? I'm gonna say it with my chest. All right.
What? With your bird chest?
Ooh. We trying to have a serious discussion,
right? About how Brian's bird chest got overturned.
Yeah.
Damn, Rudy.
This is why the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp video never got out. But like I said, Roe v. Wade got overturned. It's being looked at by the media with lots of scrutiny because a lot of people didn't want this, but surprisingly, even more people did want this. But I guess that's from our New York vision, maybe.
I don't know.
But essentially what this results in is that states now decide if abortion is legal or not.
They're basically quote unquote playing God, saying that we can pick and choose whether you can have this kid or not.
You know, you just made a very interesting statement, right? You said playing God,
yes.
But at the same time, there's a lot of people who also believe that women are trying to play God when they're deciding to, get rid of the child or not, depending on the circumstance. So that's a matter of perspective when you say that.
That's a matter of perspective.
And it's also a matter of perspective in terms of, the matter of conception. Like I said, I can't really decide the whole, when does life happen and this and that. That's not really on me to get all into. I'm not a scientist. I ain't going to get into that debate.
I just know there's a fetus.
Ultimately, it's just, it's whether you decide to keep said child or not. And then obviously in the initial conception stage, that's the time frame where you go about it. You ain't trying to do that late into the game. Come on now. It's already developed to a degree. It's about to come out. The main point is just how does this work for some people who want to, go about their rights that they had that is now changed from state to state. It'll cause some people to commute to other places, some people get abortions and whatnot, which would be kind of rough.
I was watching,
and that's my bad for cutting you off, Rudy. That's what causes those situations where people get desperate, and then there might be like haphazard abortions.
That Uno reverse card.
To jump in real quick on Jaquan's point, he did bring up a thing about commuting to get abortion because people will find ways to defy what the law is. It happens in any way possible.
Because I was hearing this on the news. I don't know if don't quote me, don't at me. I could be wrong.
Right. Conjecture.
This is just conjecture. This is just hearsay. I heard on the news that I guess the Biden administration are going to help some women if they want to abort their children, they're going to help them find a way to abort their children. Whatever.
Yeah, we gotta get a confirmation.
I gotta look. I'm gonna look into it, but that's
Right.
what I heard on the news. I don't know if it's true or not.
Yep.
Don't like I said. Don't.
I
at
mean,
me.
do we know what states have decided to shift or change? Or
I know
You
here-
know what states?
I know.
Okay,
The southern states.
I was gonna say something, but you know what?
Yep. Because I mean, like I said, there's those issues that we talked about in the previous vid in terms of you know, what if the somebody was assaulted and whatnot? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
that
just
makes
do they
sense.
want to, you know, still have that? Obviously, that's a very traumatic type of situation. You wouldn't, you know, it's rough for a lot of people.
And
That's
that
where they
that
can
makes
take one.
sense. If
You know,
someone's
but then
being-
now some people might be robbed of said choice in that instance.
that makes sense. If a woman's being
Was
assaulted,
that 25?
if a woman got assaulted, that's very traumatic.
Yeah.
I understand. I can completely understand why she would not want to keep that baby. And the fact that you're taking that right away from her is not. That's not fair.
I
That's
mean,
not fair.
Yeah. it's
And
just
my
how you go
personal,
about things.
some people may agree with me, some people may not agree with me. But my personal opinion, I'm pro-choice. Some people don't need to be parents. Honest to God, some people should not be parents.
Yep. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some people aren't ready for it. Honestly.
They're not ready. It's basic, and especially
And then there's a matter of how do we take care of these children and whatnot. You know.
because here's the thing though, because the way I'm
The
seeing
whole
it,
babies raising babies argument.
Yep,
Mm.
it's babies,
Yeah.
children raising children. No, it's grown children raising children. Because all it is now is just
They got the context. They got the context.
Yeah, you're
Our
right, you're
lovely government can handle that.
clearly,
They've
clearly,
been doing a good job so
I don't
far,
know.
right?
good job.
But guess what, though? So
Yeah.
the overturning of Roe versus Wade may also lead into the overturning of Planned Parenthood as well. Something I read up.
Really.
Really,
Yeah, whatever draft decision they're making right now, it might leak into that as well. So
How so?
this whole thing about I don't know exactly because that's still in the making.
Okay.
But essentially, this whole thing about Planned Parenthood welcoming soon-to-be moms
Moms
that
and
no longer
dads.
want the child. They're saying, just come to another state, we got you. You know, as long as you come here, we protect you. And now even that may be,
crazy.
you know,
Oh, that might
attacked.
be clipped.
Yeah. So,
Dang.
but that's all conjecture. There's nothing solidifying
Yeah,
that
'cause,
statement.
like, there's-
but
because some people want to have kids. Like I want to have kids one day. Not now.
I mean, oh, yeah, right.
yeah,
I will slice one of your locks off for every kid I have.
Damn.
I'ma
so
have
zero.
three.
I don't think you're really gonna affect this hairline.
I literally was saying that. So
I
zip.
know, but yes,
Anyways.
like I said,
that?
for me, it's like I plan to have kids at some point one day. I plan to have 3 little ones at some point.
You already got a number and everything.
Hell, I got it
So-
planned out, bro. I want 3 of them.
Man, this.
So that's what you want, but how does the overturning really affect you? Like, how do you
If
feel?
she-
Are you
Pro-choice,
scared? Like,
I mean,
I'm scared because it's like I said, I'm pro-choice. I'm pro-choice. Everyone should have the right to do what they feel like. No one should be controlled and be told you can't do something because I'm telling you to.
as long as there's a consent in
As long
terms of
as there's- yes, as long as
decision.
there's
Because to me, in terms of pro-choice, I just want like if 2 parties are there to make the child.
Yeah, make the
There's
child.
2 parents. So
There's two
It took
in
2
terms
to
of
make 1.
in terms of discussion,
It takes 2 to tango.
as long as the discussion there is had, that's
And
my whole
also,
thing.
like I
you know
said
what I mean?
before, like me personally, I feel like it all depends on the circumstance that's given. Like I personally feel like it shouldn't be something that's abused just because the option's there. Like you did the deed, but you don't want the responsibility. Like I said previously.
Yeah.
And then you're
Yeah.
trying to find a way out.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my body. No. At that point, that's just you ducking a responsibility. If
No,
you
that's
know what
facts.
you're doing leads to a child, you
Yeah.
gotta be prepared to accept.
In terms
But
of the
if there's
I
like
get
a
you.
circumstance like
Damn,
I reiterated before, where it's something out of your control, a lot of health conditions coming, this, that, and the third, etc., I completely understand, and I'm not going to
don't worry about it.
I
You just
mean,
censor Dante.
Okay, yeah, I'm out to get censored and canceled and fired.
Great.
That's why I
alright,
keep
But
saying.
like, regardless of the fact, my point still
yeah,
stands.
yes, your
Like
point
under
still
certain
stands, yes.
circumstance, I'm not knocking the need for the gesture or the action, but
Yeah.
other ones is like again. If you know what you're doing, be willing to accept it. It's a hand in hand with me.
It is.
So
No,
that's the way I feel. That's the stance I'm gonna
It's-
stick with.
Like I said, if it was planned entirely, like I said before, in terms of y'all was not trying to get pregnant and it happens, you guys got to really talk it
about
out
it.
and then go about the process from that way.
But let's
you
be
know?
honest, though.
Because
Let's-
ultimately, if you use birth control, you know what I'm saying, contraceptives
Condoms.
like condoms and whatnot, and something still happens, you know what I mean?
That's
Y'all
crazy.
knew y'all never was committing to no child in this instance. So you know what I mean?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
That's it. But in Dante's case, like he explained, if they out here moving recklessly to the winds and just letting everybody and their mother shoot up the club, like come on now,
Yeah.
and then you
I was
just
about
gonna
to
abuse
say,
the
in
system.
Dante's case, I'm like, bro, I ain't got
Not like that.
Hold on.
But you know,
It be like that.
if you're
Not
out here
like that.
abusing that, you're like,
Right.
like
Yeah.
it just feels malicious at this point.
It
Like
does.
you don't care
Yeah, you really
at
don't.
all. Like
Be
you're just
responsible
abusing the
with your
system.
Your body's your temple. You got to be responsible with it.
Yeah,
You
like
gotta you have the control of who you want to enter and who you don't want to enter. But if you letting
yeah,
no offense, but if you letting every
Letter
every
of the
man-
alphabet.
let up the alphabet go in and hit it, then it's like, and then something happens. What do you expect to happen? What do you expect to happen? And there's some people in the letter in the alphabet, you know, they get the girl pregnant. They're like, "Oh, what you gonna do?" My man, you knew what you were going to do. What you were doing when you got
Facts.
there. You knew what you were doing,
They really want to act like they wasn't. It's the two to tango,
bro. Like you. How, and I say this all the time to some. I say this all the time. How do you think a child is brought here? They ain't no storks. All right, the movie Storks was for kids. We know the real truth, people.
Storks.
We know the real truth. If you know what's going on, and you know what you're doing, you know what's going on, my man. You knew what you signed up for when you went in. You knew what you signed up for, and now you're like worried. Oh, I'm not ready for a kid. I'm not ready for that.
Back of your mom bugged out just now.
I was like, you
So
go way too
here's two things with that, right?
Go ahead.
One, you have to it's hard to regulate what you guys are saying. Oh, you know, if you're just out here doing the deed and not taking
What
protection.
you mean regulate?
Like, how would a government official or law
in
enforcement
terms
official
of
know
choosing how to
that
go
people
about
are
the
just being
process?
promiscuous out here?
I mean,
and
they have to explain it
should
when they
not-
go up there.
Yeah, they have to explain the situation, what happened, how
When they
gotta
go there,
talk
like,
about it.
so why do you
Right.
want this today?
you see what
How do you
happened.
know if
was-
they're telling you the truth or not?
Yeah, I mean,
You can't regulate
like I
that.
said, I'm not too certain in terms of how that
don't know
aspect
that's
of
how
it
it
goes.
worked
Obviously, I'm just saying from a morality
Can you
standpoint.
imagine walking into a Planned Parenthood and seeing a lie detector test?
Bro, I was about to say a polygraph. Like, yo, let them make it take a polygraph.
But even
You know-
that's inconclusive most of the time.
yeah, you can lie. You can
a
beat a
decent
polygraph.
amount.
A
Yeah,
decent
they've
amount.
been getting better, but ultimately, you know, it's just. I'm just talking about in terms of if you know how you're moving and what you're doing,
Yeah,
you
you
know
know how
if you're the one abusing the system or
Exactly.
not. The guilt ain't gonna be with me; it's with
It's gonna be
you.
with you.
You know, but it's like
Yeah, because there's some.
I don't know much about the processing as to how they go about it, how many times someone can say do said thing. I'm not
mean,
too
I don't
sure.
think there is.
But at the
honestly.
end of the day, we all know
Yeah.
after you clap them cheeks, them chromosomes come out unique. You can't really get away from that. It's a part of life, bro. Like,
Why don't
Go
you go
home.
be a rapper? Like,
Yeah, go home.
like
Just go home.
We
Go home, young Simba. That's your new rapper name.
nah,
Young
bro.
Simba.
J. Cole gonna shoot
yeah,
him.
I was just about to say, like, yo, bro, you
You gotta
show
see
what-
Jermaine Cole
Jermaine.
with the grip like, hey yo, get out of here, boy. That's my name.
all right. So it seems like you guys are still allowing or willing to want a choice to be involved
Yes.
when making this decision.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
But
in terms
of course,
the
it's not
instance
I
perfect.
said what I said.
The
bro.
system is not perfect. I get.
No, it is not.
The system isn't perfect.
Sit
No.
on my chest.
Nobody is.
And I get.
No one's perfect.
Like personally, I don't like I said, Roe v Wade being made in the first place is there for a reason. You know,
Yeah.
to me, I think I was fine with it. It being overturned, I don't know. I feel like it's a setback for women's rights.
What made
I feel it's
them want
unfair
to
to them.
overturn it in the first place?
I mean, it's just been the morality aspect of it. The whole.
So yeah, from what I heard
lives
is
thing.
there's been people fighting to overturn this for a good minute now.
Yeah,
Why?
know.
because people disagree with everything. They have this
Naturally,
whole
that's-
way of going about it.
That's been the human race for years.
Yeah, that's why I won't be surprised if this gets turned back. Honestly,
Yeah,
because people are
here's the
gonna,
thing,
you know,
though. You have to
people are
really
gonna
think
fight.
about it. You have to. Here's. All right, some people probably gonna get mad about what I'm about to say. Possibly, maybe not. Some people may not agree with me.
Bro, this whole conversation, he was gonna get mad at regardless.
It's just
True.
your opinion.
This is just my opinion.
Mhm.
I see it as this: you're overturning it, and let's say these people end up having these kids. Some of these people don't want to have these kids. So many kids are gonna be in the foster care system, broken.
And it doesn't even sound like that system is hopeful at
And
all.
exactly, and you're gonna. Like I said, I don't always agree
What's that?
with it.
That black?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
I don't always agree with it, but at the same time, putting a child through what's worse, a child going through the foster care system, getting messed up, or having an abortion. And yeah, some people say, "Oh, but that could have been the next Usain Bolt, the next
Yeah,
Obama,
it's just
the next."
the
It's like-
probability is
the
so
pro-
it's so minimal.
It's so minimal, but it's like Just imagine being in that situation. We're in the foster care
So
system.
minimal. It's just like you always hear that, but it's such a. It's like, what's the term? Clutching on a.
It's just
Touching on a what?
What is it? It's some term in terms of. Oh, he bluffed. No, he had to pay.
I did.
But
bootleg
Take
paper towel.
12.
but yeah, in terms of this,
take 12.
15 minutes in the video.
in terms of this, yeah. I mean, Brighton, your thoughts on it?
All right, so again, the sentiment is kind of in between you and Rudy's and Dante's. You know, I do feel pro-choice is the way to go.
Yeah.
But it's not perfect.
No.
Nothing.
Question
ever
for you,
is.
because you brought up the foster care system and everything. They're saying this whole move to overturn Roe versus Wade wasn't to reduce a minority's ability to put control in themselves and gain money, and all these theories about just damaging the minority population. They're saying some people claim it's to empower white people.
No, it is not.
Let me finish.
Oh, that's wild.
Here's why
That's
they're
wild.
saying this, right?
Yeah.
Because guess who has the most abortions?
Who? Whites?
Caucasian people.
Oh, statistically, Caucasians have the most.
Yes.
Really?
Interesting.
I mean, that kind of makes sense if you're a majority of the population, right?
Yeah.
But nobody thinks
Yeah,
everybody's
they are.
looking at minority people as the ones
Yeah,
having
minorities are
babies
the ones.
and kicking them to the curb.
Yep.
So now they're like, we gotta make. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna get slandered for this. We gotta make America white again. Don't kill it.
Let the record stand. This man Dante walked away. Let the record show he walked
I'm
away.
weak.
Second, this is the record show. I do not agree with his statement at all. Okay,
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that's what.
but you said it though.
That's what people are theorizing as the reason for
Like
the
I
overturn.
said, I'm about balance.
Yes.
Okay,
Avatar.
there isn't supposed to be one race superior to others. Everybody is equal.
But here's the thing.
In general, it does not matter. Nah, but it is pretty interesting because if Caucasians are the ones who are having abortions the most, it's going to affect them the most.
Yeah,
So it's
affects
just
them
like
the most.
when you see that energy come back towards this. I don't know how redecisions
The
are in terms of like,
audacity.
overturn things like that.
My man's hurt.
I'll say block
You
me
mean
out with
the
that.
caucasity? Anyway.
Like I really.
Pause?
What?
Pause.
Have you never heard caucasity before?
Nope.
You gotta.
Damn, the
I know
caucasity
what you
on
be
you.
watching on Instagram. And
I'm
you're not
weak.
watching the right thing, bro.
I'm weak. Coach,
You have
Send me.
no idea what's
Educate
going
me.
on.
Educate me. Educate me.
Caucasian.
I know what that means.
Cassidy.
Cassidy. Audacity. Caucasian.
Yeah, I
audacity.
know. I
So why you say pause for?
Because I like messing with you.
Bro, you know in those
Get him out of here.
when they when somebody's talking long on the TV show,
Yep.
and they trying to go to commercial break,
Yep.
and they trying to rush him up because every second he spends talking
Yep.
is costing the
Wait,
TV show
Brian,
thousands of dollars.
Right.
Yep.
Did you just say long?
Y'all two over here costing thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
All right,
I
but
think we
listen.
said what we needed to say.
All right,
Yeah.
so I just want to say something real quick.
Nah.
Okay, fine.
Okay, final thought.
So it's not a final thought. It's more like I had to have a
Nah,
conversation.
shut up.
So, I was having this conversation with a friend's girl, with my friend's girlfriend.
Whoa.
With my
Oh
friend's
my
girlfriend.
God! Don't extend the story. The speaking.
And she was telling me the same thing. And I'm just like, that's kind of, when she told me that, I was like, that's kind of interesting that the statistics is that high for the Caucasians. Because it's like, I'm thinking about it and I realized, oh wait, they did 16. What was it? 16 and pregnant or teen mom and all that.
I know what you're talking about.
So I was like,
yeah, there was like a
I
whole
was
show
thinking about that.
that.
I was like, that actually kind of makes sense. But then at the same time, it's like, in our community, in the black community, some people be moving mad gallus.
Well, we don't need to explain that.
Nah.
We know.
I mean, like I
But that
said,
goes for every community.
yeah,
And that
literally,
goes
it goes for
especially
every
for this guy.
community.
Like, we
The thing
don't-
is, we have the perspective
Life
of
of
being
a colonist.
minorities, right? And obviously, in our personal circumstances, we have much
Yo,
of that.
Capella Gray gonna sue you and you alone, bro.
I'm weak. But hey, if the majority is Caucasians and they're the ones that's doing it statistically, it's like
All I can say is one.
it's wild.
I don't think a TV show is going to prove a statistic, but
Nah.
here's the case, right? Especially if you're dealing with money, you know, kids are going to take a lot of it.
Oh, yeah, girls are
So
expensive.
it makes
bro.
sense, especially if you're
Girls,
focused
boys.
on maintaining money and growing it.
Yeah.
You're going to have to put off kids for a little while. So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
it makes sense that
I
certain
do have a final
demographics
thought of my own though.
focus more on money than kids.
Yeah.
But please.
I understand.
So Walgreens, Dwayne Reed, CVS, Rite Aid, pharmacies, even corner stores. You know what they all got in common?
Uh.
Condoms. They're there for a reason. Use them.
That's
Be
facts.
Hey
smart.
man, sometimes
That's facts.
it bursts. That's why we also have Plan B as backup.
And a lot of places are limiting their supply on Plan B pills too.
That's why.
No, I saw it on Instagram.
Are they limiting their supply
Man,
of
that's
condoms?
Man, that's Instagram. That's Instagram.
Is that legal?
No,
That shouldn't be legal at
I
all.
don't think that is.
That sounds
but
illegal.
I heard.
That
I saw
don't
it on
sound
Instagram.
Sounds like someone's conspiracy.
Sounds like a through the grapevine type of issue.
Yeah.
But I think that's all we got
It
to
sounds
say
like
out
a
here.
setup to me, but
Hell,
that's another conversation for
Yeah,
another
I
time.
think. Look, we talked enough about this, like Daquan said. So,
We'll see the
wrap it up
continuing
here.
developments with Roe V Wade.
oh yeah, definitely.
Be that Negro.
Africa Caribbean.
African
Hey, don't
Caribbean.
call me Negro. I don't consent to that term.
This other African Caribbean black man, Dante Wiggins.
Wig. But that's a white.
That's
Like,
a white term.
I don't know if I feel better about that. I don't know.
No,
I really miss my wig. Like that's what you're hearing. Oh.
This is all getting cut. Like I don't know what y'all.
no, don't cut it. Don't cut it.